The next question is, what story arc does Quentin Quire come into X-Men?
Glad you asked.
Ding! One of the lesser known mutants.
Quentin Quire is actually, that's one of my favorite stories in X-Men, which is why I really wanted to do that storyline. When Eric said, we want to do a story around the X-Men youth, I was like, yeah, I'll do this one. I want to do the Omega Gang. They're great. Quentin Quire and his whole Omega Gang, so that's Glob and Radiant and Redneck and Tattoo, they all appear in the new X-Men, written by Grant Morrison and illustrated by Frank Quitely. You know the pair from All-Star Superman. I believe it's number 134 is when it actually starts in, but you can get their story collected in New X-Men. The volume is called Riot at Xavier's Mansion. Now, the story that you saw in the episode is different than what's in the book because I wanted to do something a little different. The book kind of just takes things at an accelerated rate, and we also would have had to have gone into the Riot. So what I did is I took inspiration from parts of that book, and I crafted together a somewhat darker origin for Quentin and the Omega Gang that maybe we can visit at some future point in time.
Which me playing Glob Herman, which is
He's all about that.
The best friend, yeah. If we end up, I'm not saying we're doing it, I'm just saying there's a possibility if we do the Riot, my entire body will be set on fire for that.
It's true.
That's what he wants to do.
I want to be set on fire.
It's in the comic book.
If they do Riot, they have to call the Riot in what's her name's mansion.
They have to cause the riot in Xavier's mansion. They have to knock Xavier out and then cause the riot during Parents' Day at Xavier's mansion. And I'll try and send Eric a picture to put up maybe like over here of this part, but
in front of my face.
Yeah, Redneck actually lights Glob Herman on fire so he can go running through the Parents, and Glob runs and he yells, "I'm the inflammable Hulk."
And as far as Robin Towers, is she gonna let us?
Oh my God! Well, that, and I also want to say that was a very poignant episode because of all the stuff that was dealing with the fashion designer
Jumbo Carnation
and everything like that.
Yeah.
That was just amazing because it's a reflection of what's going on in society and everything, and I really thought that was like a very well thought out episode.
I appreciate that. I really liked what Morrison and Quitely did, and I wanted to expand on that more than they did in the comics, because in the comics they're still focused on the X-Men as the X-Men and the students being the students, and I really wanted to take it into the real world as much as I could. That is not the issue.
That is not the issue.
Maybe we can superimpose the issue over it.
Actually, Tori gave me that for my birthday.
Oh, thank you, Rogue. That's very sweet of you.
I was going to say something about that.
It was a lot of fun to film that episode.
Oh, I was the lead in that episode.
Yeah.
The male lead in that episode.
Spike.
That was Spike.
Spike Cannonball, and Quentin Quire.
Yep, he's also.
But Cannonball moved to California now.
He did?
No.
Yeah, he did.
All right, so the question is, how can local filmmakers help us out? I do get this question more common on Facebook than YouTube. First, it would help if you lived in the city of Atlanta.
Yeah.
We have had people offer us help, equipment-wise, makeup-wise, you name it, but they usually are like in California or North Carolina.
Up the East Coast.
Yeah, it's always somewhere really far. But if you live in the Atlanta area, we will always accept your help, if you're, provided that you're, legit. Don't want any old makeup artist.
Yeah. And if you're going to be in Atlanta at some point, then yeah, I mean, if we're filming when you're going to be here, then by all means, we don't want to discount people outside of the state. We have plenty of people that come in from out of the state. Just it's a matter of time.
Our Gene for season 4 drove all the way from Orlando.
Yep. Vindicator comes from Tennessee.
Every time we had to shoot.
Yep. Yeah. So we're not discounting people from out of state, but it's just a matter of, are we filming when you're here?
And is it worth your time to be here when you're here?
Right.
So,
The next question is Quentin and Pink Hair.
Oh, well, what else can they do to help us out? Just being here, obviously, when we start putting out things about the next season, that's a good time to contact us.
Yeah, because there's always a chain of command when it comes to all that. Because if you're submitting the makeup, I'm probably going to be the one you talk to, so I can organize what all we can do for makeup and what your skills are, because I'm always going to play to your strengths as far as what we do with makeup. When it comes to like cameras and everything like that, these two gentlemen here are probably who you're going to talk to, because they're handling what the look of the film is. So
writing and directing has been, like season 2 we had a lot of writers and a lot of directors, but since then it's been shrunk down back to Eric.
Yeah.
So I think we get a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I'm a
visual
writer, I'm an
effects
actor.
as well.
Visual effects, definitely.
Well, Zach knows this, but there's actually a guy who took one of the episodes and tried to redo the effects.
He did, yeah.
Or he added some effects, I should say.
Yeah.
But you know, it would just be more. It'd save you more time if you ask me. You know, I can do this. Let me show you what I can do. You know, as opposed to just kind of
Surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we certainly accept help. We would love to get people involved. It's just, again, like I said earlier, it's a matter of, are we filming when you are asking?
Yeah.
Because if we're not,
Then there's
then
nothing for
we
you to
can't do anything.
Yeah.
So I'd say email us X-Men Fan Series at gmail.com if you want to be a part of what we are doing here. And then when the time comes, we can just say, hey, remember you said you wanted to come do this? Then come on down, and then we can work it out that
Or
way.
Facebook.com/X-Men Fan Series.
Either way.
So.
Doop.